Hello and welcome to this very special broadcast from the Tribune Network. What a day, what a sensational performance by Neeraj Chopra. India winning its first gold medal in Olympic athletics event. Neeraj Chopra just a while back creating history, winning the gold medal with a throw of 87.58 meters. The entire country has erupted in joy. This is for the first time in athletics. As I mentioned, an Indian athlete has won a gold. Who would have imagined in this lifetime that India would have won a gold medal, that too in athletics? And not just winning gold medal, India has now bettered its tally of 6 medals which it got in London Olympics, now winning 7. So all in all, a sensational performance by the Indian team, especially by Neeraj Chopra, a Haryana lad. A lot of reactions coming from across the country, from the Chief Minister of Haryana, from Prime Minister, all of them. Joy across the country, even in his home state. There's been a lot of celebration. I'm joined by my sports editor, Rohit Mahajan. Who would have thought in this lifetime that we've got an athletic gold?
Amazing. As we were discussing earlier before, Neeraj came on the scene in 2016, 2015-16. I would never have imagined that I would be able to say this, what we are going to say now, that an Indian has won a gold medal in track and field at the Olympic Games. This is mind-boggling. Right. We've been competing in the Olympic Games as India from 1928 under the British rule. Right. And this is the first medal we won in track and field in athletics. So this is immense. I just cannot describe how great this achievement is. The best we've done in the past was fourth by Milkha Singh in Rome, and fourth by P.T. Usha. That was in track, and we have had a few athletes who reached the final of throwing events in the past. Gowda and another thrower. Right. But this is fantastic.
Take us through the last half an hour, when the event was happening. What went right for Neeraj? We were discussing it earlier that perhaps he could win a medal, a bronze perhaps. Yeah. But what went right for Neeraj today?
Yeah, as we were discussing earlier, there are 2-3 people in the field who have better personal bests than Neeraj Chopra. And the best example, the most biggest threat was, and the gold favorite was Vetter of Germany. Right. So you ask him what went right for India, and this went right for other throwers as well. Right. He was below his best. Was he troubled by some injury? We don't really know. I don't know what he told the press after the event, but there was something wrong with him. Right. He has thrown over 90 so many times. His best, I was noting, is 97 meter. Oh. That's his personal best. And his season's best is 96.2. So him getting out of contention opened the doors for others. And there's another German in the field, Weber. His personal best was 88.29. If he had touched his personal best, he would have taken gold. And another thrower from the Czech Republic. So if these people had thrown their personal best, they would have taken gold. And of course, if Neeraj had remained at 87.58, but his best is also over 88. Okay. So if the others had been throwing at full potential and Vetter had been throwing at full potential, probably Neeraj would have been in contention for silver or bronze. Right. But so among the things that went right, this was one thing. And of course, he was in rhythm right from the first throw. He was very confident. He threw over 87 with the first throw, and then he moved to 87 plus 87.5. So that's immense. He's a thrower who knows that he belongs with the top, with the best throwers in the world. So I think he looked very calm all through. I think he had maybe just 1 or 2 bad throws. So yeah, he was confident and.
Okay, and Rohit, take us through that gold-winning attempt, 87.5. There was a grunt. He almost fell off, but he managed to salvage, and it was a clean attempt. Yeah. Take us through those moments.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, he could have touched the line, and that could have been a foul. We in fact asked him a few years ago why, and he seemed to be doing it deliberately, falling at the last moment. So I remember one reporter asked him, is this a new technique that you've developed that you fall at the line? He said, no, there's just a momentum that takes you closer to the line, and then to avoid crossing the line, you fall down. So that's what he did today. The moment he realized that he could have, with the momentum, crossed the line and it would have been a foul, he preferred to fall down. So, and then as the others got eliminated, and as the final throw approached, then he realized that his one goal.
Right.
He was the last man because his was the best throw
Right.
of the night. So he had to throw the last. Before the last throw, he showed his emotion.
Okay.
He shouted and he clapped at his team.
Right.
So, which is amazing. I mean, I find it unbelievable that at an Olympic Games, on the final night of an event in athletics, the Indian flag will rise. That's amazing.
A very emotional moment for the entire Indian contingent. In fact, for the coach of Neeraj also. Before he got into this final round, what must have gone through his mind? I mean, was he under pressure, or it was nothing much to lose? He had made it to the final round. So would he be having under some sort of pressure?
There would be pressure because this event comes once in 4 years.
Right.
And of course, this has come once in 5 years. So he had qualified, he had done well in 2016 as well, but
Right.
by the time that he had his good throw that year, the qualification period had passed.
Okay.
So he lost the opportunity to compete in 2016. 2021, there were doubts about whether the games would go ahead or not. And of course, there would be pressure. Who knows what will happen in 3 years' time? The lives and the careers of athletes are very fragile. One injury can cause a disruption of 2 years or 3 years.
Right.
So what happened to Vetter? That's heartbreaking for Vetter. You can imagine that.
Right.
You are clearly the best in the world. You have set all the standards over the last few years. And then you have a bad day, maybe an injury, and then you don't win a medal where you are the favorite. So that's heartbreaking in terms of pure sport. So Chopra, having got to the final, he knew that he had a possibility. He's a very confident and calm young guy. But there would be pressure on him, and that's what matters, how you handle the pressure at the biggest stage, at the biggest moment in your life, how you handle pressure. That's what separates champions from ordinary or even great throwers.
What does it do to Indian sport, Rohit? You know, we are a nation which is cricket crazy. Not much in terms of athletics, track and field. We haven't really produced champions. What does this do to the younger generation? What kind of message does it send?
I hope that it will inspire people to believe that if Chopra can do it, you can do it as well. We have always believed that the throwers are from, all of them have been from Europe, and the big, huge guys, 6'4", 6'6", and massive guys. And now Chopra is not really huge.
Right.
He's of course strong, but he's not really a massive guy like the Europeans.
Right.
And he's a fantastic thrower. So if Chopra can do it, a lot of other people can do it. I accept that a large percentage of our population is undernourished and they don't get enough nutrition to become very strong. And a lot of our athletes are actually from very underprivileged backgrounds. And but because we have such a huge population, there would also be a very large number of people who do get proper food and proper nutrition, and who are probably strong enough. And that could be truer for certain regions of India, maybe.
Right.
Maybe the Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana, this region perhaps. So it should inspire youngsters to look at these guys and see that, well, if Neeraj can do it, so can you.
Also, a good news again from Olympics about Bajrang Punia winning bronze. He was not keeping, he was fully fit. Even in his last bout, he seemed to be, struggling. But today, winning hands down. Take us through his performance.
Yeah, you know what? I would have said that before maybe in June, I would have probably said that he was definitely going to come back with a medal from Tokyo. But he suffered an injury in, was it late June or early July? And that kept him out of training for quite some time. That was one reason I thought that perhaps I was uncertain about his prospects at Tokyo. I was even uncertain whether he would win a medal. And after what happened yesterday, he was tentative in his first bout, and the second bout he won with a late turnaround. That's his trademark as well. But at that stage of such a tournament, to turn around a match is not really a certainty. So he turned that around, and he lost to a very fine fighter, Haji Aliyev. So, but he was, I think, not at his best. And I think the commentator, I don't really know, he hasn't talked about the injury. The coach has said that there's nothing wrong with him, but I think there was some problem with him. The injury that actually
But today he seemed to be in a real good form today.
Yeah. Today but of course yesterday the standard of the opponent was much higher. So, and I do think that he may have been hampered by some sort of injury. And he was wearing heavy strapping on his knee. So, but again, to come back and win a medal, a bronze medal at the Olympics is fantastic. It's probably the best day in the history of our Olympics campaign ever. A gold medal, a bronze medal, and then Aditi Ashok was in real possibility of getting a medal. It's just two other golfers who just were amazing on the day. They scored 65 each. Aditi was 3 under for the day, which is fantastic for a final round when you are in contention and when you are under pressure to come good. And she played a fantastic round, 3 under. But 2 others, they went crazy with the 6 under, 65. So, so overall a good day for our sport. I think probably the best day in the history of our sport. A gold and a bronze on one day.
Wow, that's a really big thing that has happened today. Gold medal for India, as Rohit mentioned. Who would have ever thought that we would get gold, that too in track and field event, athletics, in javelin throw, that Neeraj Chopra winning a gold. India winning 7 medals so far at the Tokyo Olympics. Clearly a big day for India. There are celebrations across the country, particularly in Haryana, his home state. And when he comes back, it's going to be a huge rousing reception for him when he comes back to his hometown, to his home state. We'll keep on providing you all the stories from the world of sports, from Olympics Tokyo 2020. You can log on to our website, www.tribuneindia.com, and also follow us on our other social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the details. Meanwhile, thanks for joining in for this special broadcast, and you go and enjoy this moment of India winning its first historical gold medal at the Olympics. Thanks for watching.